Hello, welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and if this sign is your sun, moon, or rising, this is your reading. And I really want to thank you all for your likes, shares, and subscribes. You all matter so much to me. Thank you. And if this particular reading resonates with you, I would love for you to consider subscribing to the channel. Without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to my beautiful turtle with a new name. Ta-da! This is Woody. All right, and yes, he won the vote, and that is super cool. I am looking so forward to keeping Woody on the table with a fabulous name. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get busy. So Cancer, let's talk about what's going on for October. We're going to do the full overview, which is going to have the 5 columns of cards and the 3 rows, as per usual. And I want to go ahead and light the candle because we have a new candle this month. We have this beautiful chakra candle, which is beautiful, and it's called Sri Yantra, and it's a beautiful candle. I love it. I think it puts out energy in a different kind of way. It doesn't have any special oils or scents, but it has a really good vibe to it. I think that is quite lovely. All right, so we're going to light this candle. It's also a little bit longer burning, so we'll probably have it for next month too. Excellent. So I'm going to set this candle right there. And let's go ahead and talk about the messages from my better angels for us for October. All right, so in October, we're being asked by my better angels to take the higher ground, take the high road in situations where we're having little moments where we have people in our lives who do funny little things that make us crazy. And instead of getting in their face and getting all up in the business and trying to assert our understanding of how things should be and why they should be getting on board with our stuff or our way, we're going to just sort of make up a story in our heads or do what we need to do to make it okay, make it okay somehow. For me, that usually takes place by I tell myself a little story about that person. Whether it's somebody who's in traffic and driving really fast right past me, I'm like, oh, they must have gotten like a little bathroom issue, right? So it's no longer about me. It's no longer anything else. It's they need to get to the bathroom ASAP. And that helps me calm down and not take it so personally and not take it into a situation. And I just move to one side. I'm like, oh, okay. They're about to have an emergency. If it's somebody at work who does that one little thing all the time, and you're like, maybe they're having extraordinary back pain or whatever, and that's why they can't bend over to pick that thing up all the time. I know, it's goofy. It's a little goofy, but it's actually a really nice little mind game to play because it means that you're now just doing the thing that's in front of you, and you're not establishing a resentment and causing yourself more discomfort. That's kind of the goal, is to help deflate the things that make us feel hot under the collar. We want to make them small. We want to make them unimportant because there's enough things in life that should be doing that. We don't need extra. All right. So I don't know why I'm saying all this, but my better angels think that it's important for us to do that. The other thing to be aware of, my better angels and guides would love us to choose projects in October that are manageable, that are easily completable within a short period of time, like a 1-week project. Start to finish, cleaned up, vacuumed, prettied up again, redecorated, all done. So if you decide you want to paint your bedroom and you've got a lot of stuff in there and you don't necessarily have time to do the whole everything into the middle of the room, and you're like, okay, this is going to be a lot. But maybe you have a couple of days and you say, okay, I can move everything away from one wall. I'm going to move everything away from one wall, tape it off, sand it, do the thing, paint it, and then let it dry. And then the next day you put it all back, clean everything up, ta-da, one wall is painted. So now you had a manageable process. You've done something in a manageable way, and that is so freaking cool, okay? That is what we're hoping for, is that you will be able to do that thing because it's important, all right? When we are able to complete projects, we feel better. We feel more complete, and we're not leaving a big mess, especially if we get called away or we have to move on from that area before the whole thing is done, at least we've accomplished one thing complete and whole, right? One section is complete and whole. We may not even be able to do the rest of the room for a couple of months, but the one wall is done, and it's everything is back in place, and everybody can move on about their business with the one wall done. So cool, right? I like that. It's good. Okay, so you need a guiding card for the month, and we have this beautiful new deck. You know how I like to bring in new decks. So this is the Embroidered Forest Tarot, which is super cool. All of the artwork inside is photos of embroidered work, which is super cool. All right, what do we have for you, Cancer, for this particular month? Oh, that's the one right there. All right. So this is a card that will guide us all month long, okay? This is a card we will look at like repeatedly. In fact, every time we come back for another week. So what did you get? Ooh, you got the star card. So cool. Very nice. So if you look at that, that is beautiful. So the star card is all about how we're walking into the flow. The hardest work is over, right? We have completed a bunch of really, really hard work, and things are starting to move better for us. And we are having a break from having it be difficult. You know, we've been hitting brick walls. We've been working really, 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 really hard. And now everything is just flowing. Everything is working. Everything is going in the right direction. This is a beautiful card for you for this month. I can see that you're having breakthroughs this month, which is super cool. You've worked for them. They are not free breakthroughs. You have put in the effort. That will be evidenced in the cards that we receive. But you are definitely getting to the part where you don't have to work so darn hard, which is so good for you, and I'm excited to see how that plays out for you. All right, we're going to set the card right over here so that you can see it on the regular, and I'll reference it occasionally. Okay, so what else are we going to do here? Oh, we're going to use this deck, which is the Mythic Tarot, for our mystery card for the week. All right, so let's go ahead and pull a mystery card for the first week of October, being September 28th through the 4th. And there it is, just for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set these guys off to one side. And we'll set you off to one side. And now let's go ahead and use the Tempest deck for the overview. All right, this is of course going to be the 5 columns and the 3 rows. So it's very cool. The first row is always where we are this week, or whichever week. The next row is always what's blocking us in that given week. And the final row will be our solution for that given week, right? So this is just the overview. So we'll go ahead and do all 5 weeks, and then at the end of this video we're going to come in and go in depth on the final week, the first week. All right, so we want to get more information, and then we'll have all the other cards. It's going to be great. I think you're going to like it. So if you're new here, that's what we do. And if you're like getting into what's going on here and you're appreciating what I'm working on, you might want to like and subscribe. That would be totally cool. All right, cool. Let's talk about what's going on here. This is where you are for September 28th through the 4th. We're talking about the 6 of Pentacles. You're feeling a little flush. You're feeling, I mean, not super flush, right? But you have enough to take care of yourself and a little extra to play with. There is a part of you that's feeling like being able to reach out and help other people at this time would feel really good to you, and you are excited about that prospect, okay? I love that, all right? Be aware of that and know how that works for you, okay? But if you can do charity work or help other people out, great. If you can't do any actual giving of finance, that's more normal than you think. But realize that cleaning out your closet does continue to open up the flow, which is kind of what you're all about this month. So thinking about your flow, right? We talked about referencing that. This card here is talking about what's blocking you this week. The 7 of Wands. You're not going to have a very good luck talking to people and convincing them of your ideas, okay? So if you can just postpone the concept of having this conversation with other people, that would be really perfect, because trying to convince people right now what you want to do isn't really going to go very well, okay? Just let that be what's happening, and put it off till next week, right? You can do something like that next week and it'll be easier. Now then, your solution is, well, of course, it's a family gathering, right? So you want to do what you want to do, you want to help out how you can, but you won't be able to convince anyone that you're doing it the right way. And of course, family's involved. I'm not surprised at all, because family's family, with a capital sometimes. So take it as it resonates and realize that there will be a family gathering of some sort. People will be coming together that are related. It could also be chosen family, I'm not going to lie. But I feel like there's a coming together of people, possibly to be of service together for somebody, maybe to help somebody out together, or it could be some other thing entirely. So we will get more information about this when we go in depth at the end of this video, but we're going to move on right now to October 5th through the 11th. And the 5th through the 11th is the 10 of Swords. Oh yeah, you're stepping up and being in charge of something. You're taking on full responsibility for something. This could be somebody's personal property, or you could be looking into new property yourself, or it could be a new pet or something else. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's taking on full responsibility for something that maybe you had partial responsibility for before. So you're considering the possibilities of doing that, and it's kind of a big deal. At least inside of you, it's a big deal. And I want you to know that when you become the authority over this particular situation, you'll want to do it from your heart, right? You want to lead from your heart in the situation. Keep your heart involved, okay? It doesn't have to be, even if this is you taking on responsibility for something to do with the family stuff or blah, 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 you want to do this with kid gloves, right? You don't want to do this the hard way. Don't come in hard on people. It won't help. This is really about you and your heart being involved in the process. So always lead from there, okay? Oh, we have a star card. Star card is where you're blocked, though, this week. Oh no. So the star card in this case is talking about how you're not done doing the hard work at this time. This particular week, you're working harder than normal. So this is like a little pause button to what's going on here. This one's talking about this. Yay! This is you having a new project you're working on that is taking you, you're being in charge of the thing, and you have to step up and be doing the work, okay? So just do the work. But good news, your solution is using very good judgment in how you handle situations and people. And remember to come from a heart, try and take care of other people, and they will do their best to take care of you, okay? It can be a mutual decision at this time that you're taking care of them and they're taking care of you, and da-da-da-da-da. So it doesn't have to all be brute force, okay? All right, Cancer, let's talk about the next week over, the 12th through the 18th. The Page of Cups is here. New information is coming to you about something that you care about, okay? So you're getting new information that will add layers of understanding. Maybe you're making decisions and stuff based on what you see in front of you for this project or the situation. Maybe it's somebody's storage unit. Like, okay, so maybe last week you took on responsibility for somebody's storage unit and you're like, okay, there's a lot of stuff in here. I don't know what it is. Here, we got to go through it. We got to sort it through. I got to do the work. There is no sitting around pretending it's done. And then I have to use good judgment and decide what's worthy of selling and what's trash, da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, okay, cool. I'm using good judgment. Now then, you're getting new information about how all this stuff ended up in the storage unit and how, what certain things meant and how things evolved. And you're kind of on pause as you take in this information. You're like, okay, I need to pause for a minute and realize some of this stuff might have more worth and value, or it might be time to build a scrapbook, as in we find a lot of sentimental things that have a good story, and you're like, okay, I want to tell the story of this item, I want to tell the story of this item, I want to tell a story. So you're making a picture book for somebody that really takes on the information and knows what the story is that goes with the picture, right? Because now you're building this story that helps other people see maybe layers of themselves without having to have the actual physical stuff. This could be an idea, right? The Hierophant here is where you're blocked, and the Hierophant is showing that having a physical manifestation of your faith isn't necessarily going to be of any use to you at this time. So it sounds like more stuff in a space isn't really going to help, but if you want to make a pile of stuff that you want to take, I don't see any problem with that. But yeah, more physical, staying connected to your faith at this time isn't going to get the job done, is basically what I'm getting, is that you're getting the information, but you need to do activity to get it done. You can't pray for it. You have to do the work, okay? So you get the Page of Cups, then you get the Knight of Cups. Now you have to fight for it. You have to fight for what you want to do. You're like, okay, I found out all this really cool information, and all this stuff has great stories, and I can't just toss it. I have to do the thing. So whatever you're working on has been put on pause because now you have a sentimental attachment, and now you're fighting for that sentimental attachment to whatever that is. So you're like, okay, I'm good. We're going to do the thing where we do all the get rid of it all, blah, 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 but I have to take the pictures and I have to get the story, okay? I'm going to take a picture. I want to get the story. I want to do all this recording of information and stuff. I don't want to just let it go, okay? I want to make sure that everything is good, okay? So you are processing a situation, a place, some information. There's some processing going on, and it's taking more time and energy and stuff than you probably want, but it doesn't matter. The fact is you're fighting for the opportunity, okay? You're like, hey, you put me in charge. Now I want to do it right, okay? So you're going to tell them, nope, we're going to do it right. Stand by, all right? This is taking some time for you, all right? Now then, the next week is the 19th through the 25th. We have the Queen of Cups. So there's a feminine energy person who has all the stories and all that. She comes from her heart. She's all emotionally based. So she is going to be the one who is definitely the one telling you the stories. I feel like you're going to, if you take all the photos of all the things, you can get those processed and whatever, and then show them to her. You don't actually have to slow yourself down too much, right? So that's what is coming through, is you can talk to her the next week and get the stories and write the stories down to go with the pictures, and that's really cool. And that will help you feel like you're really recording the information and the history isn't being lost, okay? Which is really beautiful. And then you don't have to hang on to the stuffs. So very, very cool. You're going to have some good stories attached to the things, and that will be beautiful, all right? I love, love, love that for you, all right? Now, where you're blocked this week is the Empress. You're not going to be able to just wish for things to have it get done. It's all about doing the work. There's a constant move throughout this week, or this month for you, that doing the work is important, okay? Staying on top of doing the work. No free rides. Hilarious that the star came out right here. What is this one about? If everywhere we go, we keep hitting these moments that say, nope, the work's not done, the work's not done. So this one also refers to being in the flow, right? So there will be a certain flow to what's happening. You will be able to get things done, but there will be a certain pace, and you will work through it at a certain pace and get things done, okay? So I like that. So you're not able to just dream it up. You got to keep doing the work, and a doorway is going to open where things are going to start to flow out, and you're not going to have to work so hard to. I think this is where you're able to finally take the storage stuff and like, okay, I got the pictures and I got some stories, and now things are on their way. People are either picking things up. You're dispersing things to other family members, I think. Remember, the family was involved to begin with. They've asked you to be in charge of it, but it doesn't mean that they don't want stuff. So you're getting the stories and the pictures, and you're sending them all to people, and everyone's getting their ideas, and they're going to come and pick up their stuff, all right? So this is good. I feel like There's also an opportunity that may open up for you, a door that may open up for you. This is how this is coming together for the overview right now. It doesn't mean that it is going to stay this way when we go individual week by week. It's just an interesting way that it's coming through right now, okay? So let's now talk about the final week of October, being the 26th through November 1st. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is here talking about how you are fighting for your power, fighting for control of a situation. There may be something in the mix, certainly from last week, where you're like, hey, wait a minute, this is how this should go. And so you definitely need to assert yourself in this moment and make sure that things go according to plan. All right? Cool. Oh my. Yep. And you're not going to be in a position to rally the troops. So not everybody's going to come to your assistance as you're fighting for what you want. You're like, you'll be a little bit on the outside with your ideas right here. There's a lot of 9 of Wands in this moment here. So be aware that you won't have a lot of help to take care of whatever you've decided. All right. So if you've decided a good portion of this is going to Goodwill, a good portion of this is going to go to the eBay guy who sells things on eBay, and then another portion of it is going to go to all the siblings. Well, cool. You're not getting a lot of help with all the rest of it, right? You know, the sibs came and got their stuff, and they're like, you said, what about all this other stuff? And they said, you're on your own, buddy. Do it yourself. Dang, harsh, right? So, interesting. 7 of Cups shows up as your solution. Now the options are open. They have all released their interest in anything else that's left behind, and you can do whatever you want. So you may say, well, but this was this really cool thing. We recorded it. Everything is cool. The story is there. And now this broken thing that doesn't work anymore, but we saved it for all the sentimental value. I'm going to make it into a really, really cool planter because I can paint the outside of it and I can do the thing. We have the story. Everything isn't stable, but now I can do whatever I want with it. All right. And I can do it whenever I feel like it. So you fought for what you needed and they don't want any part of it. So you're like, okay, cool. I'm on my own. I can do whatever I want. And yes, Cancer, this is good news for you. You like having free reign in this moment. So pay attention to what's coming through and what kind of free reign you're going to have. Don't get confused by too many options. Okay, so you might be looking at hats, you might be looking at lamps, and you might be looking at boas, or you might even be looking at freaking tables and chairs. So don't get confused by so many options. So many options will leave you stumbling. You'll end up with a room full of stuff, and whether or not you're able to use all that stuff right away, that's going to be an issue, because now you got to store all that stuff. So pay attention to what you choose, and you may end up having a smaller storage unit. Let's take it all down to the next smaller storage unit, where I'm keeping all these things until I know what to do with them. But then now you have a bill, and the whole idea was to be releasing this stuff in some way, right? So think about what you're doing, choose what you want, make sure it's feasible, and make sure they're obtainable goals, right? Remember, we talked about that earlier. My better angels want you to be able to obtain your goal immediately. But definitely, when you have a lot of opportunities and a lot of options, it's important to figure out which ones go toward your dreams and goals. And if it isn't going toward your dreams and goals, it doesn't need to stick around. So that's how you decide what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. Now, if it doesn't go toward your dreams and goals, get rid of it. Now, everything else, figure out what needs to go immediately. Figuring the bigger things, right, need to get processed and moved out as soon as possible. And then you can save the other things for later, okay? If they're smaller and easier to work with, I mean, if it's a baseball card collection that you can carefully set a box on your shelf and call it done until you're ready to get into baseball cards, that's cool too. But you see, it takes up less space and won't be a problem in shipping, etc. But these big pieces of furniture, you may have to have a full-on yard sale. You clean them all up and have a giant yard sale where you get rid of everybody's, all that stuff. And then presto, you're processing things through in a very nice way. But you're doing it your own darn way because you're not getting any help from the outside people. All right? And I love that for you. All right, Cancer? So let's go ahead and save these cards. I'm going to save them up here this time. I know I normally save them down here, but there's just too many, and I don't feel like fighting with that right now. So I'm going to put them up here. We will come back to them all individually throughout the month. All right, so these are the 3 cards. Boom, just like so. And now we're going to use the Tarot of the Abyss to go a little deeper and get more information for this week. Now, these cards can totally change the direction of a given first read. Don't be alarmed. It means that the first read had some relevance to somebody at some time, and the deeper reading will have some meaning for others. So, if the direction changes tremendously, just know that it's meant to be. All right. So let's talk about what's going on for September 28th through October 4th. We have a 6 of Pentacles. You have plenty of funding for whatever you need to take care of. You are, in fact, handling your finances very nicely. You have a little extra to play with. You may feel wanting to do some charity work of some sort. You may want to give to other people if you can. Think about ways like don't forget to clean out your closets or your garage to make a little space if you want to. If you don't want to, I mean, if you're independently wealthy and you want to actually give money to a cause, by all means, do your thing. But most folks can't. Also this week, you want to stay in touch with your faith, your understanding, whatever. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm only here to tell you that whatever you do believe in that gives you comfort is cool. I'm into it, whatever it is. And having a physical manifestation of that around or on your person will be helpful. Whether that's, you could have a rusty doorknob, a pile of rocks, anything that makes you feel connected to the big guy, girl, it, they, you get the point. Whatever your belief system is, I'm into it. But have a physical manifestation that keeps you connected to that you can like look at before you leave the house, and that connection will give you that extra ball of confidence you can put in your back pocket every single day. And that's kind of nice to have a connection every single day that says somebody's got my back. And that's very nice. So that's what we're trying to do, is establish that you have somebody who's got your back, or you have something. And what's really neat is that now that you're feeling connected, you're feeling your oats, you're feeling supported, you're going to jump right into something brand new. All right, something new is coming your way. You're going to be very spontaneous in the moment this week. You're going to make a sudden decision. You're walking down the street and you see, wait, they have yoga classes right there. I have exercise clothes in the car. I'm going to go grab my bag. Let's go. And you'll spontaneously jump into a class and be like, oh, wow, this is cool. And it will be very fun for you. I think whatever you choose to jump into will feed your soul, will feed you in a way that makes you feel like super connected in a really nice way. So, yay. Love that. All right, Cancer, what's blocking you? Oh, so you're going to see that trying to convince other people of anything this week is going to be a little tougher, right? So they're not going to be easily won over. You can't just say, hey, guys, let's do this. They're going to be, and you won't even be able to win them over one at a time. So that's a drag. Be careful about that, and just realize that whatever you're into might be for you and you alone. It doesn't have to be a group activity, all right? Next card down. You delegated something to somebody and they didn't really take care of it very well, but you're not in a position this week to take it back. You're going to have to wait it out a little bit longer, let it get a little bit worse before you can take it back, okay? So just realize that, pay attention to that truth and be like, okay, not what I was hoping for, but here we are. Now, the next card down where you're blocked is the Lovers, showing that if you're in a relationship or a partnership at work or some other super sweet friendship situation, this may be the person that you're having a hard time winning over at this time. So just know that even though you want to do what you want to do, maybe this is about you. I want to do this. I'm going to jump right in. It's going to be awesome. And you may go and take the first class only to come home and say, hey, check it out. I started this class and it's going to be super cool. And it's going to run like this and this and this. And they're like, this doesn't match my schedule. We had plans to do da 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 da. And you're like, because you forgot to check the calendar, when you leapt right in spontaneously, you forgot about the camping trip, you forgot about that prior engagement you had with your besties, and you're like, oh crap. So there could be something here. This could be a blockage, but it's not a bad blockage. Obviously, this is just a reminder. Hey, we had plans already, and you're jumping into something that you're not going to be available for. Just be aware. And they're like, wait a minute. Okay, so obviously it's a little bit tough, but here we go. This card here is talking about the solution. Family gatherings. Some big gathering of family will be part of the solution. This could be chosen family, this could be real family. Whoever it is, these are people who are near and dear to your heart, who are all going to come together. They will be coming together in a gathering of some sort. They could be supporting you in this process, or they could be supporting you in doing some rescheduling so you can do this. We'll see more, all right? We have the Six of Wands. Yes, sharing your ideas. You're going to share your ideas the minute all your friends and family are together. You're like, here's what I'm doing, and here's what's going on, and here's what I want to do, and how I want to accomplish it. This could be also a college class you signed up for. Something about higher education is coming through for me. But you're sharing your ideas and what you want to learn and what you've got going on. So people are starting to see who you are and where you want to go and how you want to get there. Oh, nice! And you're going to be able to manifest whatever you need to at this time. I think that by your sharing your interests and your ideas and the reasons why you signed up for this course, all of your friends and family who were previously blocking you are going to be like, oh man, we can totally reschedule that trip. We can totally reschedule that situation. We can do that. And we would like for you to do what you need to do. So I think that when everybody gets together, so it isn't one-on-one that you win them over, it's in a group setting. All right? So this is always about a one-on-one experience, but this is about you coming together in a group setting, sharing your ideas, and winning them over, and manifesting everything you want. Okay? So, beautiful, Cancer. I love this for you. This is a fantastic week. You've certainly circumnavigated the situation and made something really cool happen. All right. So this deck here is the Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle. All right. We've used it before, and I'm going to use it again. It's October, so little witchy cards are fun. All right. So let's find you a card here. There it is. All right. Absolutely cool. I'm excited to see how this is going to go. My goodness. This is great. I like the way this week turned out. Very nice. Ooh, Nurture. This is a beautiful card. Nurturing yourself. Whatever you're jumping into is all about you nurturing yourself. You're growing, you're moving forward, you're nurturing. This is about you're already spiritually connected to who you are and what you want to be and what all that is. Out into the world this week going, how can I make the world a better place? Dun, dun, dun. And now you know. And you've said, oh, wait, this is what I have to do. And now you know what it takes to do this, and you're going to be able to manifest that perfectly. So I am so excited for you. Being able to manifest what you need to that way, that is so beautiful. All right? So nurturing yourself. Beautiful. Love that. Huzzah. Perfect. What's your mystery card, huh? So, the Lovers. All right, we got the Lovers twice. Your partnership is going to be important to you at this time. Remember that you need to win them over as much as everybody else, but you can probably win them all over together. More so than you can. Remember that it isn't just about, like, you sharing your passion, oh, I really, really, really want to do this, isn't going to get it. But if you can say something like, so I've been noticing over the past years that this is what's going on out in the universe, and I want to be more of service in that situation. And the only way for me to be more of service is for me to get a proper certification, to do that thing that I would like to do, and to be able to help in a different kind of way. And so here I am putting myself in a position to get that certification so that when I step out into the world, I can know that I'm doing everything I can to be of service in that way. And everybody else will go like, well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We get that, totally. And then you say, well, but part of the project is that it takes up time for that camping trip and this other thing, and I'm not going to be able to do some of the things I had talked about. And everybody is going to go like, oh, it's okay. We'll work it out. And of course, you'll find other times when you can be one-on-one or around these other people, and it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so you're going to get the support you need. Everyone's going to get on board. I love this for you, Cancer. This is just fantastic. All right, you need a pocket full of rocks. All right, this is a few semi-precious stones you can put in your pocket and let the energies be of service to you. Let me show you what you have and where they're useful and how they're useful. All right, so we have red jasper, which is a 2nd chakra stone. We have amazonite, 5th chakra stone, and tiger eye, 7th chakra stone. Red jasper is about being creative in a very physical way, in a very tactile way. It's about being able to manifest and proactive in your process. So this really speaks more to the physicality of creation for you in this moment. Coming up with creative solutions is also going to be helpful in this time. So be aware. It's also very grounding. So everything about what you're doing and creating right now is very grounding for you, and I love that. Very nice. Amazonite, 5th chakra stone, talks about you speaking in very loving terms from your heart. It's like it's a crossover stone, really. It comes from your heart to your throat. So your heart is speaking out loud. Your heart is the one giving that speech. Your heart is the one saying, this is what I need. This is what I need to be my whole self here right now. Another good reason to stay connected to the big guy in some way, because that is you feeling spiritually, emotionally connected to the situation and what it's doing for you and how it fulfills you and makes you feel full of life in a new way, and sharing that out loud with other people with loving words. Ta-da! Beautiful. Tiger eye is a 7th chakra stone, and the 7th chakra stone, this one, if you meditate with this under your pillow, it will indeed help you receive messages from your better angels and your guides. They're here to help you on a day-to-day basis. So if you wanted to just put that up there at the top of your head when you do a meditation, laying on the floor or on a couch or on a bed, you can still get information from your better angels and your guides. They will want to chat with you. If you get into a nice state, you can create that energy and receive information. All right, very cool. So now I'm going to set these stones down right there. All right, Cancer, oh my gosh, what a week you're having. My goodness, so many good things. I really love this for you. There's a little trial and tribulation, but you're going to work it right through, and it's going to be amazing. So cool. I love that you're finding your soul's purpose and that you're feeling very comfortable sharing it and getting to it. So very nice. You don't have to carry those stones if you don't want to, but if you want to carry those stones or other stones, comment below and let me know how they're working for you. We'll have a little conversation about it. It's something I like to chat about. The other thing to know is that if you want to check the description box below, there's some information there that will be helpful to you. Indeed, I have my whole schedule of all the Renaissance fairs is there, where I go-to and read cards. So you can come on out and get a private reading with me. That would be super fun. But if you can't make it to the fair, there's also a link so you can get a private reading over the phone. I'm here for you in as many ways as I can be. As long as we're looking at like a weekday, that'd be a better choice. And also, all the cards that I'm using are listed there, so you can go ahead and get them on Amazon or Etsy. All right? So thank you so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes. You guys matter to me, and I appreciate the one and the all of you. We will talk next week about the 5th through the 11th. Thank you.